I had a Hassan Campbell past, right? Hassan Campbell, if you don't know, is a YouTuber. When he was a child, he was getting vigorously and viciously thighed, which means the dude was shoving his between his thigh and used as a makeshift butthole and getting. It was a famous rapper. The famous rapper would buy his mama groceries and other things, and his mama was not up on her job of making sure her young son was getting.
Now, picture yourself being me and being a 12-year-old boy being victimized. Then picture your friends talking about you behind your back for views on the internet, just like this, and disrespecting you. Then picture you being me and responding. Now you understand why you got videos of me disrespecting niggas' kids and talking crazy and talking about me Arab BC and niggas. Because what would you say if it was you and you was angry and you had to listen to people talk about you just like this? Put yourself in my shoes. I'm not like the rest of these cats that when I see my mans in some hot water, I'm going to act like I don't see the topic that's going on. I hate with a passion the R. Kellys of the world. With a passion. I hate a rapist. Plain and simple. I hate a rapist with a passion. Now, before I start this live, I'm going to make this shit clear. I'm not saying that Akademiks is guilty, but I'm saying something just ain't right.
Okay, now we're talking about the Akademiks and the Hassan Campbell situation that's going viral. We got to talk about it on the Gossip Galore News. Now, if y'all don't know, Hassan Campbell, he's a content creator. Of course, DJ Akademiks been in the content creating space for a while. And he does business with the higher ups, allegedly, hypothetically, supposedly. Let's just say that he's well connected in the business, does business with Drake, with NBA Youngboy. People pay him for PR control or PR damage control or anything along that nature. Hassan Campbell, he's a successful YouTuber, content creator as well. They have a very different audience, right? Now, y'all remember what happened with DJ Akademiks when the lady was screaming in his house, running around. He had some form of allegation about rape and everything else. Come to find out, that was BS. She was basically just trying to shake him down. Basically, in the end, she was literally just trying to shake him down. Hassan Campbell, to me, he spent the story in a way that he was insinuating that maybe he did have something to do with it, right? Because his channel, to me, he got to say a certain thing. Well, he's been raped himself, so he's probably passionate about that type of subject. He has daughters and stuff like that, so he can have a biased point of view with that one. That's what I personally believe. So he tried to allegedly, and though he did hit him with a disclaimer, but most of his videos about that subject matters hints on the fact that Akademiks could be more guilty or something suspicious is going on in that situation, which the police said that Akademiks wasn't guilty. So I could see where the conflicting persona or the beef that can happen or can be propagated in this. I can see where it all derives from. It derives from an incident that had something to do with grape. And you know that Bombada, whatever his name is in New York, and this is an older guy, graped Hassan Campbell. And he was very vulnerable and open about it. He let the world know about it, which, you know, you got to give him a round of applause for that one. And he's on the preventive side of those things. So I think that's what it's kind of like a bias thing. He's passionate about it. He can relate to it, but it doesn't mean that Ack was actually guilty of those accusations. So he got to come out with a video actually stating those things, right? That's just what I believe. I think Hassan Campbell was kind of dead wrong in this situation. Not kind of, he was dead wrong in this situation because the courts went to prove that DJ Act was clear in this situation. But let's continue.
And see, as a man, when you do wrong, or you responsible, when you the king of the castle, when you the captain of the boat, anything that goes down on your ship, you're responsible for.
He ain't do
so
wrong.
You mean to tell me
he ain't do
Campbell.
Whoa, what's that?
You get what I'm saying? The man didn't do wrong at all. But you're gonna run with that narrative, and you already put the narrative out there. So I got a right to feel how you feel too at the same time. Leave y'all thoughts down below. Let me know what y'all think about it.
Trauma basically because he was molested. I get that. And of course, everything he's going to ever talk about is because he was in a situation with an abusive person that consistently for years and years that he was around. You know, I get why he's going to have the demeanor and disposition among that. I'm not here to discuss his trauma, nor I'm here to make him feel okay because of his trauma. He got to deal with his trauma on his own. I'm here to speak about facts that had to do with me. Okay? So whether what he thinks, don't focus on, listen, here's the thing. I don't know about his situation. My situation went to the police and they cleared it. If you never went to the police, because by the way, I support snitching on somebody who allegedly took advantage of you. I support snitching on that, okay? So I got no problem with the police being involved in that. If he ain't go to the police about Bambaataa taking whatever advantage of him, that's on him. Please don't bring your trauma onto my situation or bring trauma onto anything to do with me. Deal with your own situations.
And to me, that was well said. That's the problem right there. Act acknowledge the situation. Act understand that he can relate to those situations as far as the Bambaataa situation, right? But don't project what you're going through upon me because this ain't that. This ain't that. This ain't that. And Act got the right to do these things. Act got one hell of a right to do these things. That's all I'm saying. Act ain't wrong at all for this. At all.
there's a great bowl of ignorance that's going on social media. And then there's those that's trying to come forward like me. And throughout the years, if you paid attention, you could see the industry trying to clone me, which they did with Charleston White, clearly. Coming out like he was about the children.
And another thing too, Hassan Campbell always claimed that the industry is trying to blackball him, which that can be true. They suppress his views, they suppress this, they don't send out his notifications. These are angles that he's taking with it. Charleston White and everything else, which they're saying that it's an industry plant. Charleston White, he already tapped out and he ain't the Charleston that he used to be. But leave y'all thoughts down below what y'all think about that. Are they suppressing views? Are they using different people in the industry to push a certain message? Because some of Hassan Campbell's, and I watch Hassan Campbell sometimes, right? He talks about some subconscious things and what's going on with the government and what's going on with the world and the Epstein files. And you get what I'm saying? He kind of mixed it up a bit. He let us know what's going on. He also throw in a little bit conspiracy theories in there as well. So that audience right there is a niche. The conspiracy theory audience, they're definitely a big niche audience. So to me, he have a different audience than, let's just say, the DJ Akademiks of the world, right? I believe that he has a much different audience than those type. So, but like I say, this situation, as men, y'all should sit down. Y'all already talked about it online. Ak already stated basically where he thought that you was coming from, and you stated where you thought Ak was coming from. So I think this is just like a mediocre type of beef. This ain't really nothing major. Y'all just need to sit down as men, because at the end of the day, y'all content creators, and y'all trying to be as controversial as possible. But sometimes, you know, these are real people. These things are happening in real life. I'm not on Ak's side, and I'm not on Hassan Campbell side. I don't choose sides in this situation. I think as men, y'all just gotta hash it out. Just come to a round table because this to me, this is a small fry situation. This ain't really nothing major. He say, she say, different point of views, different perspectives. You thought this, act just reacting to what you thought or what you was insinuating upon that. So y'all could do much better than this. Y'all can do way much better than this.
And saving children, fighting for the children in court. And now he's sitting up there saying, well, we'll get into that. Because right now, this ain't about Charleston White. But then you had the Jaguar rights, right? And there's a lot of other niggas that's coming along that's being pushed in the algorithm as I'm being suppressed. What they tell you, they give you 15 minutes of fame. Well, see, the problem is that them niggas is looking at the analytics and they seeing the real numbers that I'm doing behind the scenes and not the ones that's being pushed in the front in YouTube. And they seeing that I'm still a problem and I'm not fading out. So many directions that I could go. Remember what I said. When they can't destroy you, they try to distract you. That's why I know I got to be careful of my invites. Because they'll give you invitations to lead you away from certain conversations. Because no matter how much they play with my numbers, they know any platform I go to, after a certain amount of time, people are going to come looking for me. I have a crazy following. They know that. They could take this whole YouTube platform and demonetize me and take my page. And they know that I'm going to rebuild just like that. So you think it's just coincidental that academics will get up on the internet and say what he said? Nah, it ain't coincidental. He's doing his job. There's certain people that were sent to destroy me, and it's not working fast enough. It's not happening fast enough. And no matter how much they suppress my channel, they know at some point in some time I'm just going to bounce.